Hey guys, so this is this week's edition of We is Greater Than Me. I have the unique privilege of being support staff in one of my jobs, and then in the other job, I am the program director, which I focus really hard on trying to be a leader. I'm not a boss. There's a huge difference between the two, but we'll get to that in a later conversation. Today, our topic is called It's Not a Communication Problem. Now, I know that's going to go against everything that we tend to hear. We always say, well, better communication is going to make our workplace better. It's going to make things greater. And I'm not saying that communication isn't important, but let's keep building this house that I talked to you about last week. Last week, we talked about how every workplace, every school, every team is like a house. We talked about the roof, which is leadership, the walls, which is your support, and the foundation, which is the trust that your company, your school, your organization is built on. And we talked about how important that foundation is. But what I need you to know is how important every part is. Every part of this house makes it possible for this house to be successful. This week, I want to talk to you about something a little deeper, though. Have you ever seen the outside of a house and you're like, man, that house is beautiful. I can't even imagine what it's like on the inside. The grass is perfect. The lines on the lawn are great. There's no dandelions or weeds growing up. The flowers are lined up. The mulch color matches the shutters. The paint is fresh. Everything on that house matches. And from the outside, it looks amazing. It looks polished, professional, really put together. And honestly, a lot of workplaces look like that too. The meetings look good. The presentations look good. The mission statement sounds good. They bring in these wonderful motivational speakers to make it look like that team is so together. Everybody smiles in the pictures. The social media accounts are on point. They have all these programs that they know the community wants that will look great on social media. And from the outside, everything looks fine. And then you walk on the inside, or you get hired into that organization, or you meet somebody that's actually been in the organization. And once you get inside, you realize something feels off. Something about the inside didn't match what you saw on the outside. Because in the inside, people are exhausted. People are feeling unheard. People are feeling overlooked. People are frustrated. People are afraid to talk, but try to keep smiling anyway. And suddenly, you begin to realize that the outside was beautiful, but the inside is struggling. The walls are barely holding the roof up. The house is just moments away from imploding. Your organization is just a shell of what it could and should be. And that's why I strongly believe that this is not always a communication problem. Sometimes it's foundational because communication won't work well where respect is missing. You have all the meetings in the world, but if people don't feel valued, then they will quickly stop engaging. When they stop engaging, cracks in the foundation start happening. If people don't feel respected, then they will stop speaking up. When they stop speaking up, when they learn that their voice doesn't matter, and when people feel their voice doesn't matter, then the cracks in the foundation become fractures that start spreading through the whole house. The house might still stand, but it no longer feels safe. It no longer feels like you're a part of the house. And if people don't feel safe, then they stop being honest. And then everybody starts saying, oh, we need better communication. When in fact, what we really need is a healthier house. Because you see, you can paint over cracks for a while. You can try to decorate dysfunction with flowery words. You can make things look good from the outside, but eventually, what's happening internally starts showing through. And I think sometimes, especially in schools or in helping professions, in nonprofits, in businesses in general. People become so focused on protecting the appearance that they stop paying attention to what people are actually carrying. People don't just need communication, they need support, they need respect, they need to be appreciated, they need grace. They need to know they matter in the house because healthy houses are not built on appearances. They're built on trust, respect, and value. That's the real foundation. So maybe the better question is not how do we communicate better, but maybe how are people experiencing the house? What does this organization feel like to the support staff? What does it feel like to the people that are in the trenches? What does it feel like to those that come in every day and leave it all there on the table only to feel like they don't really matter? What are people's experiences in the house? Do they feel like they're part of the house? Or do they feel like they're just a shutter that nobody is paying attention to? Because when the inside of the house is healthy, everything on the outside is going to be stronger too. So, what are you doing, or what can you do to make this house stronger? What can you do to make the walls feel like they're important? What can you do to show that the foundation is not cracked? What can you do to make this house, this organization, what it should be? And what will happen if you actually take the time to do what you can do to improve the whole house? Take care of the house because every single part of the house really does matter. Thank you.